Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, cover him a lot on this channel. The best fighter in boxing. Okay, I don't care what you say. He's the best fighter in boxing right now, until proven otherwise. He recently went to Mexico City. Okay, to go visit. He was in Mexico City, and he was there to receive his super flyweight belt from the WBC. And look, Roman Gonzalez has already, because if you guys don't know, there's already going to be problems for him come 2017. And let me explain what I mean by that. Roman is someone who, when you look at his resume, look at the guys he's beat, he definitely warrants a big payday. And a lot of people will say, well, small weight classes, they don't do a lot of numbers, they don't sell a lot of tickets, but that narrative is easily broken when you see, because I was at the forum, I was in Inglewood in LA at his last fight. He sold damn near 7,000 tickets. The place was packed, very very electric crowd to watch Roman fight. Many people who have watched him fight live will tell you that he's arguably the most exciting fighter to watch in person. Very exciting style. His ratings on HBO, on a night where you had college football and you had college football. And baseball, the playoffs were heating up. The playoff race were heating up. There was a lot of competition for HBO. UFC, I believe, even had a card that day. A lot of competition for the HBO fight that day. And Roman Gonzalez was still able to peak at. In America, I believe he did around, I think, I did that video, so I don't remember the numbers right now, but it was like 850,000. And for a guy who doesn't speak English, who fights in a weight class that's not really like, traditionally televised their fights, I thought that was great. And Roman has expressed, because now he's at a point in his career where he's moved up to 115. 115 has become a division where it's a huge, basically 115 has become a huge cluster of the best fighters in boxing. I mean, the top 4 fighters at 115 could arguably the top 10 fighters in boxing. That's how stacked that weight class is. And Roman is at a point now where he can get one tune-up because the last 3 or 4 guys he's fought have all been top-level guys. But after that, we're looking at, people want to see him fight the Carlos Cuadras again, rematch Cuadras, or rematch the Juan Francisco Estrada, or the highly anticipated fight with Naoya, the Monster Inoue. And Roman has made this very clear to HBO and everybody involved. HBO, Tekken Promotions, WBC, everybody involved, that he will not give Cuadras a rematch, that he will not give Estrada a rematch unless he is paid $1 million purse. Now, guys know me. Usually I'm against fighters doing this, but when you have a resume like Gonzalez, who has beaten champion after champion, moved up weight class after weight class, has already put together, in my eyes, what's a career that's worthy of him being a top 35, top 30 fighter of all time. He's only made $950,000 his last 3 fights combined, and he's the number 1 fighter in boxing. I think, he's earned the right to a big payday, especially if he's going to go in the ring against one of these monsters like Inoue or Cuadras or Estrada, guys who throw volumes of punches. And in these small weight classes, you can take a lot of punishment because you're getting hit a lot. Yeah, there's not as much power in these weight classes as the heavyweight division, but you're getting an accumulation of punishment, and you can get severe damage. So Roman's really going in there, and he's risking his life, and he deserves more so than any other fighter in boxing to be compensated with a huge payday. So HBO, whoever, put the money up, and I like what Roman is doing. If I say he holds out, if they don't want to give him his just due for giving them great fights, some of the best fights they've had on the network as of recently have been Roman Gonzalez fights. So if they don't want to meet him in the middle and give him the purse he deserves, I say he holds out. Now I'm going to read you guys a quote from Boxing.com because he actually spoke about this. Here's what his manager, Roman Gonzalez actually said about 2017 and moving forward. He said, I quote, "For 2017, they are talking about the rematch with Estrada and with Naoya Inoue, but there is a lack of money in the negotiations, and we are not going to fight for a small purse. We will only fight for a big purse, and I think we deserve it." He then goes on by saying, I'll take any of the 3 fights against Gonzalez, Cuadras, or Inoue. But the problem is they do not want to pay us what we deserve. I have no problem fighting them. The biggest problem is the money, and that's what we will need to work out. And then he goes on by saying, I quote, everyone has the right to say whatever they want. I respect their opinion if that's what they think. What we're going to do. That's going to be a tremendous fight. And he's talking about Estrada. He's talking about the rematch with Estrada. That's going to be a tremendous fight. I saw his fight this Saturday. If we face each other again, it's going to be a good fight, and we will win. So look, Gonzalez, and I want to say this. I'm going to say this because a lot of you guys don't really understand what you're watching right now. Roman Gonzalez is one of the best fighters in the history of boxing. Okay? And a lot of you guys say, "Oh, Brennan, you love Gonzalez. You're a pack tard for Roman Gonzalez. You're retard for Roman Gonzalez." But I mean, man, the guy. Think about it. All right, the guy. If any of you have ever seen Roman Gonzalez in person, I'm not a big guy. I'm not. Roman Gonzalez is smaller than I am, and the guy is like 5'3". He walks around 120 something pounds, but so he has to cut down obviously to make his weight. But he's not a big guy, and to be 5'3" and constantly move up weight classes and have to be on point that way, it's a very hard, tedious task. And Roman, has done this against top competition. And you have guys out here like, we'll look at the Peter Quillins of the world, the Daniel Jacobs of the world. We'll look at the Deontay Wilders of the world, who really aren't doing the numbers Roman Gonzalez is doing. On network television, I might add, they are not fighting the caliber of opposition Roman Gonzalez is fighting. You have a guy like Erislandy Lara, and I was at Erislandy Lara's fight with Jan Zevic. They had a hard time getting 500 people in there. There was not a bunch of tickets sold for that fight. In fact, when I went to the Lara Zevic fight, there was a stack of tickets about yay big, free tickets that they were going to give to anybody who was in the casino that day. But you got Lara getting paid $1 million or so to fight a bum in Jan Zevic who was never anything at welterweight. Okay? So Roman Gonzalez deserves his payday. I think, he's fought out of third world poverty. And honestly, I think he's probably made enough money to where he'll probably be well off. But, and I say but because we really don't know what these fighters are going to take home, because they do have managers, they do have promoters, they do have strength and conditioning coaches. So he might have made 950K, but he might have took home maybe 700 or 600K, which I know in Nicaragua is a lot of money, but he wants to set up his family financially for the rest of his life. And you can't blame him for that, because the guy's got kids. The guy's gave his blood, his sweat, his tears into the sport of boxing, and he's done a damn good job at it, okay? He's given you fans some of the best fights boxing has had these last 2 or 3 years. So if anybody in boxing deserves a big payday, it is none other than Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. So look, I really don't know who watches these videos, because sometimes I make these videos, I don't think anybody's watching, even though I have done over almost 2 million views this year. But I mean, not to my own horn here, but I'm saying I go on the road a lot, and a lot of people who I don't think watch these videos actually watch my videos. And look, if anybody from Roman Gonzalez's team sees this video, Carlos Blandon, how I say his name, if he sees this video, if Tekken Promotions sees this video, if HBO and Peter Nelson see this video, pay Roman Gonzalez what he's worth. The guy deserves it, okay? And not just Gonzalez. If he wants to fight Estrada or Cuadras or Inoue, you pay them too, okay? Especially in the case of Estrada, because Estrada is the best Mexican fighter in boxing today. Estrada is going to be a solid draw if they fight at the Forum. Estrada gave Roman his hardest fight, and Estrada is going to be going to help HBO deliver one of the best fights they've had in a while, if that fight does come to fruition. So look, I'm going to speak it how it is, man. Anybody in the boxing world who may see this video, just give these guys what they're worth. These guys in the small weight classes, you guys always want to complain. You fans always want to complain about how this dude ducks this dude and how this dude's cherry picking. And here you have guys like Gonzalez and Cuadras and Estrada and Inoue who will jump up weight classes to fight the best and have proven to fight the best on short money. And here they're giving you great fights. They've done solid numbers on HBO, but they're not getting paid justly. So look, put the money up. Or I say Roman Gonzalez just don't even fight next year. Hey, he can fight bums. He can fight freaking Don Pepe up the street. So look, it is what it is, man. Roman Gonzalez making his intentions very clear. Either you pay up the money, pay up, show him the money, show him the Benjamins, or he ain't gonna fight. So Roman, Roman Gonzalez, I hope you hold firm to this. Tiger Promotions, his team, I hope you hold firm to this because he deserves to get compensated more so than any fighter in boxing today, and I just want to get this out there. So let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.